Welcome to The Gate, hosted by me, Gerald Lee. The Gate is a podcast about what deserves more love, from food and art to people worth celebrating. Come on in, take what you need, and pass it on. This is episode 1. The gate is open, and I'm glad you're here.
Hey, darling, come on through. I've got a little something I saved for you. Now this ain't gatekeeping, oh no man. It's sharing the sugar, that's just who I am. We'll talk tunes, vibes, and silver screens, a dash of glam and in-betweens. From small town charm to big city grace, you're stepping right up to the gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is episode 1, and this week we're opening up the gate to New Year's resolutions. That's right, new year, new me, because we're still fresh here over at the gate, and I want to make sure you, the viewer, really get to know who I am and what I'm expecting to do at least for the next year of my life. So together, you and I are going to go through about 5 goals that I have in plan for the year of 2026. And the reason why I need you is because I need someone to hold me accountable. Quite frankly, I need not only one accountability buddy, but I don't know, 100,000, a million. Like, I really just need someone to expect things out of me that align with what I want. And hey, guess what? We're going to get there. So between you and I and our powers combined, I'm going to list out the goals I have in mind. You're going to give me some feedback on them, and then you will help do your part by, intermittently reminding me what I'm trying to do. So that way, when we come back to this concept a year from now, hopefully we can see some positive results. Goal number 1 is to improve my health without pretending I'm becoming a fitness person. Now, what that means is I'm fully aware I need to start using my body for good. For the past 30 odd years, I have been using it for evil, which really means I just haven't been using it to its full potential. I'm built like a damn tank. Why am I not utilizing it to my advantage? So I don't want at any point to get it confused that I am any type of fitness guru, expert, or even passionate about it in any capacity. But again, I just need to start moving my body more. And I've already taken a step to do that. I've signed up for, it's called Rockbox in my neck of the woods. It's a hybrid kickboxing workout class. They're not so much focused on technique and form, more so wailing on, those bags. What are they called? Punching bags? Woof. Wailing on those. And then for half the class is about 25 minutes is just beating up on the bags, different combos. And then the other half of the class, you do a circuit of like 9 different exercises, and it's all done in 50 minutes. And it goes by quick. Again, my logic there was that I want to get into fighting shape, I would argue. And also, I need to get violence out of my body in some capacity. And that seems like the safest and most beneficial way to get that done. In addition to the moving my body more, though, I understand, I promise you more than anyone, that you can't out-train a bad diet, right? You have to have the right diet. And that has truly what has been the issue all along. And it was a threefold issue, I definitely dealt with like binge eating, and that is being addressed with some Vyvanse. And I've had like attention deficit disorders, all of these things that colluded into me really, really diving into binge eating. And most of it has been rectified at this point. Heading into 2026, I'm more excited than ever to lock in and start eating food that is nutritious and delicious. I went and got myself a nutritionist, and I love her to death. I love her to death. She's so sweet. So, between myself, my nutritionist, my psychiatrist, my primary care physician, and the nice ladies over at Rockbox, we're gonna see the needle move in a more positive fitness direction. Now, as you can hear, I have this rat in my lap, and boy, she's the reason why I need any blood pressure medicine. It's true. Listen, you're begging for attention and now you're yelling at me. What do you want? Do you want me to give you scratches or not? She just went absolute apeshit and I almost killed her, so that's the type of toxic household I'm living in. And of course, every single one of these goals is going to tie back to content creation in some capacity because that is what I'm enjoying doing and I would love to make an income out of it and use it to help improve my life. So the way we're tying this goal into content is I plan on doing some more what I eat in a days. People love to comment and engage with that, especially wannabe fitness influencers who are just selling courses to anybody who'll pay for it. They like to take my what I eat in a days and add up the calories and they blow it out the water every single time. But hey, you know what? They're the professionals, right? So more what I eat in a days, more touring restaurants, and just being more intentional about what I eat, when I eat, and not like depriving myself of anything, but just again being realistic and focusing on diet and fitness in the same breath. Goal number 2, date intentionally and less recreational scrolling. Now, I have been off of dating apps, your Tinders, your Hinges. I've been off of those for a solid few years now because those just got exhausting really quickly and I for some reason will spend money on just about anything. I refuse to spend it on a dating app. And dating intentionally is an interesting aspect of the goal. What I really mean by dating intentionally is, dating with expectations of a long-term outcome. You know what I'm saying? I don't I really don't mind doing long distance for at least 3 to 6 months. I am at an age where I don't need constant texting. I don't have like the jealousy or the need to know what you're doing every hour of the day. I just need to know that you are interested in getting to know each other in a way that will lead us to like romanticism. Damn, like I don't even know what that means. But I don't want to waste time as if like I have like a biological clock. I don't know. I really have lived so long consuming the delusion that is relationships through media. You know how nice it is to have someone who you can confide in, who you can also have sex with, who you can also tell your deepest dark secrets, who you can also share a bank account with, who you also can claim on your insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want all the trappings of a happy, healthy relationship, and I've come nowhere's near that. Nowhere's even no, towards a base level. So I feel like what frustrates me the most about being single for this long is I feel like I'm just missing out on experience. It feels like when you go in for a job interview and they don't hire you because you don't have experience. How am I supposed to get the okay, so that's the frustration I'm dealing with here. But in addition to no dating apps, I've also deleted my only app for sex. Let me just go ahead and say it because I I've simply because I'm tired of the options. Like it got down to one guy. I got down to one guy who I was even remotely interested in seeing more than one time, and he just got like too busy or whatever, and always had excuses, and that felt bad. So whatever, deleted it. And he was older anyways, so that would have never worked in the long term, but he was fun and I miss him. And things are starting to get scary. So I plan to go to a local gay bar. I plan to hit up the city, go see what's going on at the gay bar in the flesh, because again, I can't be the only one who is tired of the apps, which would lead to less people on them in the first place. And I might as well go like the good old fashioned way and go try to meet some people in person. But I just, I'm scared and I'm nervous. What if they don't like me? What if someone I don't like likes me? That's really the, okay, can I be fully honest with y'all? That's truly where I'm at this point. I understand people will look at me and think beggars can't be choosers because, in essence, I don't feel like I'm begging, but I don't feel like I'm a dog either. You know, like I feel like I have a nice face card. You know, people like this body, but the only people who are reaching out are, I hate to say it, just dogs, absolute dogs, and people I would love to be friends with, but they're coming in the comment section with absolute sexual heat that I'm like, did you even think twice before you hit send? You definitely didn't read it twice on account of the spelling errors. And I don't want spending so long of my life feeling like and being the undesirable one. I don't want to make someone else feel like that. And so that's why my standards are so high, I guess. Because I don't want I don't want to hurt feelings. You know, I die alone, then I die alone. But when I find if and when I find the one that matches my standards and likes me back, y'all better watch out. Y'all better, I'm going to be insufferable. Goal 3 is to build a life I don't fantasize about abandoning. And that is a deep one in the sense that up until really, truly the last few months, I have spent from 18 up until, again, a couple months ago, just fantasizing about being able to abandon everything that I have for something better. And what that something better is, I guess I couldn't tell you just my dream life, but I've got to snap out of that. Like, I need to start being more realistic, and not even realistic in like a depressing way, but realistic in that, did I want to move back to my hometown? No. No. Did I want to live in the situation I'm living in? No. No. But I moved back home to help take care of my grandmother and was able to be with her up until she died. And I know that if I hadn't done that, I would have been in a much, much worse and darker place. So I'm over the idea of losing my autonomy, right? And having to move back home and be close to my family again and be roped back into familial responsibilities, but it's only been for the better. And now I have a nice house that I'm paying. If I told you how much rent I'm paying, you would skin me alive for this house because it's that nice and that cheap. So just starting to do things again that make me grounded and appreciative of what I have and stop maladaptive daydreaming about a future I could have. And the ways I'm going to build that life, again, I've already started. I started going to workout classes. I don't really have a community there yet at Rockbox. Some of the other constituents scare me a little bit, but I'm being consistent there, and that's been nice. I'm excited for the holidays to be over with, so it could really be consistent every single week. But I'm using up my 4 credits a month, and that's better than nothing. Adjusting my room, like my bedroom, I'm starting to build more towards what I want to spend time in every day and not just a place to sleep at night, which leads me to 3. I need y'all to help me with my bathroom. We'll do a bathroom tour, I guess, at some point, or go watch some of my videos. All my recent videos have been in the bathroom. Okay, here's the thing. I need a plant. I want a plant that is cat safe, that I can make vine all over the bathroom. I want to put up artwork, but how do I put up artwork that doesn't get destroyed by condensation? Because I'm a big heater and hot water guy. Love steaming up a bathroom. And 3, I want a waterproof lamp that I could put like up in the like the shower area, that I can turn off the overhead light and have a vibe moment. So if y'all could help me with those 3 things, that would really help me start to build a life that is awesome and I don't romanticize abandoning. Goal number 4, stop negotiating with people who are lukewarm about me. And that really means if you don't love me, that's fine. But if I bother you in any kind of way, if you are annoyed by me in any kind of way, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Just like remove yourself from my general field of aura. I feel like there are a few people who tolerate me for whatever reason. I don't like to be tolerated. It is so demeaning and belittling to me. I would much rather someone just tell me, just rip the band-aid off. Will my feelings get hurt? Yeah, probably. Will I be upset? Yeah. Like I feel like a reasonable reaction. But I would rather have that than live under the delusion that there is a potential for a friendship, for a relationship, for whatever, for what have you. So just be with just I don't even like I'm just losing my words here. Do you get what I'm saying? G- Drop a number 2 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying right now, okay? About how frustrating it is to simply be tolerated and not respected or appreciated or supported, and that goes for family, that goes for friends, that goes for people I've had sex with. Like, we can coexist and we don't have to interact, if you're not about full-fledged support of what I'm trying to do, which I think is pretty simple to support what I'm trying to do. Like, comment, repost, simple things, engagement. I'm asking for some very simple engagement. If you can't do that, what are you subscribed for? What are you following for? What are you pretending to be a friend or a fan for? Pack it up. 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 I am no longer negotiating with people who are lukewarm about me, because at the end of the day, our relationship shouldn't feel like a group project where I'm doing all the work, quite frankly. Quite frankly, I don't like being made to feel like a nuisance. I don't like being made to feel like I'm a nag. Like, I know those qualities exist within me. I know I exercise those habits, but not to an extent that I feel like justifies the way I get treated by some people. Twos in the chat. Drop some twos in the chat if you get what I'm saying. Goal number 5 is to accept that I'm hot, but in a very specific grown man way. Now, what I'm trying to say there is that I understand that my flavor is not for everyone. I get it. My personality and my ability to communicate with strangers, sure, like I think on a base level, I am for everybody, for sure. Like, don't get that twisted. But in the romantic sense and in the sexual sense, I'm not for everybody. I'm 6'3". I'm a big man. I see how I'm shaped. Walking long distance, not my forte. But there are people there are people out there who want me for me, and that kind of makes me sick. Now, I truly feel that one of the biggest drawbacks of being a fat man is gainer and feeder culture. I hate it. It makes me sick to my stomach. It pisses me off. It What do you mean? You you I get slack all the time for existing as a fat person online. People in my comments talk about how I am glorifying obesity by simply existing in a fat body online. Yet, you have gainers. You have people out there who, in their bio, say starting weight 180, goal weight 450, current weight 325. That is just an insane degree of mental illness that I will never understand. And I am wrapped up in that just by association. Just by prejudice, right? Am I right? Prejudice. Oh, it sucks. And don't even don't even talk to me about feeders. What are y'all doing? What mental illness do y'all have that y'all just want to blow people up? You want to feed them little Deborahs and Olive Garden pasta, endless pasta, until that person explodes and it gets you off. You are sexually into that? Call the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops, because it's not right. Y'all aren't right. Y'all are unwell, and I, I, I I'm willing to die on the hill that feeders and gainers need therapy. Y'all need help. Y'all need betterhelp.com. Y'all need the DSM-5. Y'all need something to address what is wrong within y'all spirits. An exorcism, maybe an exorcism. Now, back to me. Back to me. But again, I I I have I've come to terms many a times about how I'm built and the options that leaves me, and it just gets frustrating again when I go down the rabbit hole of I don't want someone to be attracted to me because I am fat, because that's not something I want to live in forever. Like that. It's just crazy to me. And for some reason, I can't get beyond someone who is attracted to me because of my weight, caring about me as a person. Those two things just don't align. And I I just need to focus on me. I need to mind my business, I guess. I need to lock in, get my body how I want it, and see who's out there, see who wants it. Cause I'm trying to get ripped, but not like ripped, like I'm just trying to get like offensive lineman sturdy. I'm trying to get sturdy, and I want people who are attracted to sturdy men. And my last goal, probably the most important goal, is to start spending money. Like, future me is a real person that I care about. And that one is going to be hard because as a Taurus, I am so inclined to spend money at the most minor inconvenience. Like, if I have money, you bet I'm gonna find a reason to spend it. And that is just not a suitable way to live, quite frankly. I could be traveling a whole lot more. I could be traveling every single weekend if I never spent a single penny on DoorDash. And that makes me sick. It makes me sick. If I'd simply never, ever fell into the open mouth of the beast that is DoorDash, willingly, mind you, cannonballed into that shit, I would have gobs of money. Gobs. And would I have used any of it to pay off my student loans? Hell no. Listen up. Listen up. Lawmakers, listen up. The White House, whoever's in charge, when y'all hear this message, I'm not paying that shit. I'm not. I'm not. Y'all fucking bamboozled me. Y'all promised this, that, and the other. I'm not paying it back. At least drop the interest rate to 0. Then I can maybe pay something. I'm not paying shit if the interest rate is 27, 30. But you agreed to it. I was 18 years old. 18 years old. Y'all also would have gave me a gun and sent me across the globe to kill people. I think we have our priorities mixed up, but I need to I have pretty much all my bases covered. Psychiatrist, primary care physician, nutritionist. I need to get a financial analyst. I need to get a CPA. I need to get someone who I could sit down with once a month, or not even sit down with, but just someone who manages my money. I can't be trusted with it. I can't. I can't. I would rather pay someone X amount of money a month. I would rather pay someone truly a percentage of my paycheck to manage the paycheck. Someone to sit down and be like, okay, what are your bills? Da, 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 da. All right, this is going to that. And then be like, okay, you're going to have to lock in for 3 months and you're only going to be getting $100 of spending money of like to spend on whatever I want. You're only going to get 100 of that a month. You only get $100 for the next 3 months. But after that, it will start snowballing. I want that. I want that. I need that. So give me until the end. Give me till February. February, y'all circle back with me about if I got a CPA yet, someone to address the finances. Because if I can get the money right, I know everything else will fall into place. Because because why? Money is the root of all evil. Money is the reason why, I couldn't afford to go to a psychiatrist or to a nutritionist before this, but now I have insurance, so that helps. Like it just, money. It's making my stomach hurt right now just thinking about it. Just thinking about it. But with all the other goals that I have, I feel like they all intersect in a way that they build upon each other. Each of them could succeed and also help the other ones to succeed. Like if goal number 2 is working, that doesn't mean I have to sacrifice goal 4 and 5, right? But I just need to be more intentional and being more intentional with my money in the sense that I stick to a meal plan. I know how much X, Y, and Z is going to cost me for the month. I'm not spending, I'm definitely going on a no fast food 2026. I'm telling y'all, lock it in here now. In an effort to save as much money as possible, I am not doing fast food at all. At least, hey, let's add an asterisk here. With my own money, I'm talking stuff like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, those type of things. I will still be spending my money on local stuff as much as I possibly can. And we'll have to add a budget line for that because I love my local restaurants. I do. One of the things that makes me the most sad about potentially ever having to move away is leaving all this food I've grown up with and come to love. But I know there's also good stuff out there. I'm just letting you know what makes me nervous. Now that we've walked through the gate and talked about my New Year's resolutions, let's head into the next segment. Check them out. For this episode segment of Check Them Out, we have the girls over at Subtextual Pod. Bam, 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 bam. Subtextual Pod is hosted by two queer women, Lizzie and Sam, living in the city of New Orleans. That's not too important, but it's a fun fact. And the whole concept of their pod is teasing out queer subtext in movies. And sometimes it is easier said than done. Sometimes the subtext is just the text. But every once in a while, they do find a doozy. But what they manage to tease out and what they manage to compile, it always points towards gay. Y'all, listen up here. Go follow them on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube right now. Go follow them because I don't know if it's been formally announced yet, but I'm the new editor. Woo! Blam, 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 blam. Blam, 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 blam. And when I came on board, I told them, I said, ladies, we need to break into YouTube. See, they were audio only. They were audio only. And I said, ladies, y'all are two beautiful queer women. We need to add a video. We need to be on YouTube so that I can start cutting clips up for y'all on the TikTok so that y'all's TikToks can go viral and then push people over to the YouTube and the Instagram, etc., etc. And they said, you know what, Gerald, you're so hot and you're so smart and handsome and incredible that we trust you implicitly. And they kind of have let me go stupid with it. But the first video episode is dropping. I think the first episode of the new era, the video era, is dropping on Monday, December 29th. But don't quote me on that. I'm going to check with Lizzie and Sam and see if there's a date that pops up on the screen with an asterisk. Trust that date instead of what I'm saying now. But I do believe it's December 29th. And the episode is going to be redacted. That's right. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but yes, go check them out. Pretty please. Go to the YouTube, turn notifications on, subscribe. Go to their Instagram, subscribe, and comment on whatever their most recent post is about how excited you are that Gerald is editing for them now. Also, while it's the holidays and no one else is really putting out new content right now, go watch their most recent couple of episodes. I'm in them. We discussed The Road to El Dorado and Jack Frost. So go Subtextual Pod, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go subscribe. Comment everywhere you can that you're excited that Gerald's on the team now. And yeah, just support queer art, support queer women. I'm excited for them. I really think by, June or July, their podcast is going to be a household name. It's going to start making traction. They're going to start doing interviews. They're going to start getting ad reads, brand deals, etc. because they have a talent. They are good at what they do. They have the camaraderie. They've been close friends for a really long time. I want to say almost a decade now. So they have that bond, that you could see on screen when two people have known each other for a while. It also helps that they are extremely intelligent and really good at breaking down film and doing research and, again, compiling gay evidence where it's not always explicit. They're also hot. I'm so sorry to their respective significant others and to them, but they are so hot. And that queer media needs more hot people. I'm sorry. I said it. So go check them out. Tell them Gerald sent you, and you're welcome for putting you on to the next big thing. If you like this, I hope you'll come back. There's a lot more where it came from. And make sure you follow me on my other socials for daily updates, TikTok and Instagram at Gerald with 2Ds, Lee with 3Es. Get in there and get it done. Until next time, the gate is still open.